Hey everyone, this is a quick review of the Ryobi 40 volt HP crosscut mower with brushless motor and a 21-inch deck. So we're going to give you a tour of the mower, show you how it works, talk about what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then give you an idea of performance. Stowing this is really easy, and it actually has one of the favorite features of any mower I've used that has a folding handle. It's got a 1-point handle release. So you just pick up on this, put the whole thing down. There's no middle catch that's going to get in your way, and then you can just lift the whole thing up and store it in the corner of your garage. Deploying the mower is just as easy. Just set it back down, grab that 1-point handle, lift up, and there's two spots. There's one higher height setting and then a lower height setting. I'm 5'3". I usually use the lower height setting, but I can get by using the higher one as well. It's not too uncomfortable. If you want to load it in a vehicle or something, it does have a rear grab handle on the front. You can grab it by the handle up here and pick the whole thing up. It's not too heavy. Pretty easy to do by yourself. Height adjustment on this is super easy. It's one lever for all 4 wheels. It's really easy to adjust. It's got 7 different positions that you can stop at and put it wherever you want. And a big part of what makes the height adjustment so easy to use is this lever arm that controls the front wheel height to the back wheel height. It has a spring on it, so it's a spring assist. So really you're not fighting against the weight of the mower. When you're raising or lowering it, it feels about the same. So this spring really helps out with the ease of adjustment. This comes with all the accessories needed to bag, side discharge, and mulch. To attach the mulching plug, just lift this up, and then the mulching plug goes right in here. You kind of got to fight it a little bit, and then it's got a clasp that it locks into place right here and keeps it from pulling out. It's kind of nice. To get it out, you just lift this up and the whole thing comes up. To attach the bag, you just take it, lift this flap up, and there are these 2 little spots right here that the metal hooks go into. Sets the whole thing in, and you're good to go. I don't love that these 2 hooks are plastic that support the bag right here. I haven't had any problems with them, and they're pretty beefy looking, but something I wish was metal instead of plastic is these parts right here. As far as the bag goes, this is one of the easiest bags to get out that I've ever done. You actually only need one hand, and you can pull it up between the handles. And actually all other mowers that I've used, you kind of have to do this little dance and pull it around the back. So this is really nice. Just pick the whole thing up and you can dump it out. It's got a handle on the back of it to help you dump it, and it's well balanced around this central handle. To do side discharge, you've just got this flap that's spring-loaded on the side, and you take your side discharge chute that has 2 holes in it. You got 2 little slots right here, tabs. Slide that in, and those engage, and it's nice and secure. I've had good results using this to eject grass. It doesn't clog up. I haven't used it on any super tall grass, but a couple weeks worth of growth didn't give it any problems. So to start it, pull back on the bail, push the start button. It spins up to full speed in about 2 seconds. The one complaint I do have about this system is these switches on either side, there's one on each side. You only have to hold one in for them to run, but they're not like a bail that you can let out a little bit and has a little bit of forgiveness. If you let these out pretty much any at all, it will shut off. So I've had it die on me a few times when I'm running it just because I wasn't paying enough attention to this button, and I let both of them go by accident. So it's easy to restart if you do that, but I do wish it had a little bit longer range in the throw of that switch, so it wasn't as easy to shut off. Your self-propel control is all right here. As long as you're holding down this handle, you can push this down and it will run, so you don't have to have the blade spinning to use self-propel, which is really nice. And it's got a speed selector, min to max, and as you're going, you just push your thumb down on the self-propel. That's the easiest way to do it. What's nice about this is this mower is light enough that you don't need to use the self-propel all the time, so you can just push it like this and you don't have a self-propel button right here that's going to get in your way like some other mowers. So it's nice, but you do have to keep your thumb out here all the time. I find it pretty ergonomic, but just know that's a feature that you're going to have. If you're using the self-propel, you got to push your thumbs down here, and you've got to take one hand off to use the speed selector. My hands aren't quite that big to get this switch all the way across and be in a comfortable position over here at the same time. This self-propel is also like a variable speed trigger, so the farther you push it down, the faster you go. The mower comes with 2 40-volt 6-amp-hour batteries. Runtime on this, Ryobi is saying about 70 minutes. Or 3/4 of an acre. So what I'm getting with this is I have a 1/6 of an acre, and when I finish, I have 1 to 2 bars left on one of these batteries, and I haven't even touched the other one. So I'd expect to be able to get at least 2/3 of an acre with cutting what I'm doing, maybe 3/4 like they're claiming. Now this does only use 1 battery at a time, so you can pull one of these out and it will still run. You just have to have this little jumper with the arrow pointed at whichever battery bay you're using. And that's really all it is. It physically disconnects that circuit and then reconnects the other one. It's a little bit clunky of not having it switch over automatically. I guess they're doing it as a cost-cutting measure, or maybe getting around a patent that another company has. Either way, it's not too much of a hassle to flip this around. Just make sure you don't lose that. So looking at the bottom of the mower, you've got the plastic 21-inch deck. I was a little bit hesitant against a plastic deck. Most battery-powered mowers are a plastic deck though, and this one has a lifetime warranty. The whole tool has a 5-year warranty, and the batteries have a 3-year warranty from Ryobi. Down here at the bottom, you can see the independent motor for the wheels. This is a great drive for the rear wheel self-propel. It's got plenty of torque. You can also freewheel with this if you don't want to use it and you want to just maneuver the mower around a little bit, so it doesn't have too much resistance when it's not engaged. As far as the mower blade itself goes, this is a crosscut design, so it's got 2 independent blades that are indexed together, so they spin around together. This does a great job of doing high lift for this bottom one that has a lot more contour, and then the top one is good for mulching. So together they give you a really even cut and provide lots of suction. This does have LED headlights in the front. They don't have a separate on-off switch. They're just always on when you're running the mower. So they'll stay on a little bit after you hit that button. So it wastes a little bit of power during the day because they cut out having a separate on-off switch. It's probably negligible compared to what the actual motor for the blades is drawing, but it is a nice option to have for cutting at dusk. Since this doesn't make a ton of noise, you won't bother your neighbors, and you can get a little bit more cut time out of it as the sun's going down. As far as noise goes, this is about the same level as a loud box fan. So no engine noise, low vibration. It's a great improvement over a gas mower. As far as power goes, this thing's awesome. Running off one 40-volt battery, that's either 4 amp hour or 6 amp hour, the two that I've tried it with. It does great. If you hit a dense patch of grass, it doesn't bog down. In fact, it actually ramps up. So it detects the extra load on the mower and gives you more peak power for the time that it needs, and then it ramps back down to give you more runtime when you're not cutting in a stick of grass. So overall, I think this is a great mower. It's got plenty of power, great runtime. I think the performance is there for the price point you're getting. A lot of comparable mowers are higher in price point, plus this Ryobi is USA made. It is with global materials, but that means the majority of it is assembled in the US. So a big thanks to Ryobi for providing this for me to review. As always, you guys get my complete honest opinion. They had no input into what I said in this review. So let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. And once again, don't forget to subscribe.